I just had the thought now that I love what I do so much. I don't think I'll stop doing it for the rest of my life. Just all the things that I'm doing. I was just walking along the road just now, and I thought like this same kind of like big stressed out kind of mode of thinking, whereby I was sort of like saying, oh, what should I focus on? Should I prioritize this? Should I prioritize that? Should I try and do this? Should I try and do that? What do I need to do right now? What's the most important thing to be working on right in the moment? And I'm thinking like, slow down. It's just, I'm just 30 still. I've got loads of time ahead of me. I don't need to be worrying about which book I need to finish, which poem I need to write next, which bit of my quantum gravity fucking idea I need to work on, or my stand up, or whatever, or painting. I mean, I just want to keep doing it all. I love it all. I just love everything that I do. I'm so happy that I've chosen this path in life. And I think, if you're the sort of person who wants this path in life, the creative path in life, absolutely go for it. I'm so glad in a sense, I'm so glad I didn't stay at university. I'm so glad I didn't stay at university and just, do what most graduates do after they graduate from uni, which is just get into some job in the corporate world or in government or some graduate job for some organization. I'm really glad I didn't do that. I'm really glad that I've sort of stuck it out with a kind of a very interesting, not always good interesting, but a very interesting, varied, and bohemian fringe sort of artistic life. Really, I've been kind of living a stereotypical starving artist sort of existence for the past 5 or 6 years or something like that. Huge degrees of poverty, homelessness even, and not doing very well in life and all this sort of thing. Not doing financially very well in life, and having not, very few comforts very often on that level. But it's taught me to value things in a very different way. It's taught me to value things like having a small flat, which I did for a little while, having a little tomato plant outside my flat that I tended, tending my tomato plant and just sitting there enjoying cigarettes and a little bit outside it, watching slugs climb up the walls. Things like that. It's just beautiful. You just snatch out beautiful moments from life and beautiful moments of enjoying nature and watching the world go by, which I think I wouldn't have if I was in, stereotypical employment, 9 to 5 jobs with worries about mortgages and debts from student loans and worries about bills and all this sort of thing. And I'm so, happy that I've led this life, that I'm leading this life. Even now, I mean, I'm in a psychiatric hospital now, yet again, over some nonsense with my father that, this idiotic fight that we had when we shouldn't be fighting at all. We should be friends with one another, hopefully. But that doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. And, it had obviously very tragic elements to my life. But it's nonetheless been something that I've profoundly enjoyed so far. I'm not unhappy, which I think is the major thing. The major thing, I think, like the conquest of happiness in life, this Bertrand Russell conquest of happiness idea, I think I've managed to get there with it. I think I have conquered happiness to a very great extent. Of course, I get stressed out, miserable, and all these sorts of things as well. I had poetry rejected today, and today actually. I was like, for fuck's sake, why do they reject that? It's better poetry than this poem, that poem, which was published on their website, and it's just the way it works. Just, most stuff gets rejected. It's just not what they're looking for, or whatever it is. Or, I get sort of annoyed about things like my obscene novella, Sergeant Arson, not getting taken up by any literary agents or so on, and not getting mainstream or conventionally published, and I self-published it. But nonetheless, like that was a great thing to have happen, and people I know have read it and have loved it. Some of them, oh yeah, and give me lovely feedback on Amazon and all this, and on varying levels, it was a success, I think. So I live the life, I think, of someone who's an impoverished success, I think. Like Van Gogh actually was. I mean, at what point was Van Gogh successful? After he painted The Starry Night? Or after he painted his various paintings? Or after he made the money? which he never did. He never made any money, and he sold one painting during his lifetime, and I don't think that was for very much money. But when was he a success? He was a success, obviously, when he painted those masterpieces. So it's not about money at all. It's not about money, prestige, and status, or anything like this. It's about what do I want to say? It's about love and happiness and feeling good in oneself for what one is doing, I think. Which I don't think Van Gogh actually did either. I think he felt like a failure most of his life, and it dogged him, and ultimately probably caused his suicide, unfortunately. But I think it's about the work itself, really, and being satisfied with one's own work. And I think even Van Gogh, like, how could you not be satisfied with your own work if you paint the Starry Night or something like that? I'm sure big parts of him were saying this is great. This truly is great. I've truly achieved greatness with this one. But why does nobody see it? And all this, and I feel the same way. I do, admittedly. I feel, with my physics ideas, other people should see the world the way I do. I really do feel that. But then again, I mean, a sager part of me, I think, intervenes and says, well, if people don't get it, they don't get it. It's on them for not getting it. It's nothing to do with me. I mean, I can try and refine my explanations of things and make it easier for them to understand, or still easier to understand. But I mean, it's quantum mechanics we're dealing with, and general relativity, theory of gravity. General relativity is by no means an easy thing to understand, but it's considered easier to understand than quantum theory. And most people, probably myself included, don't fully understand quantum theory. And that goes for physicists as well. Most physicists don't understand it. Most professors of physics don't understand it fully. Yet it gets taught still. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, well, I mean, again, who understands existentialism in philosophy, really? It's almost like one of those things. You understand existentialism or quantum mechanics and all of its applications and this, that, and the other. And these are open areas of research and areas in which understanding is still being built and added to and constructed and deconstructed and hopefully deconstructed, and we're taking things back and away again. But no, it's this sort of life I lead. It is a really rocky up and down sort of life. It's very much like this. It's not a smooth plateau, which I think a lot of people get out of their work lives. And but nonetheless, I would not trade it for anything. Yeah, I've got dinner time now, apparently, in this hospital prison type place I'm in. But lots of the greats went through the psychiatric wards as well, obviously. Let's not forget that. Gödel and John Nash and even continuum hypothesis guy, Georg Cantor, loads of them went, mad, studying mathematics, which I do as well, and drives me mad. And there's a very fine line between madness and genius, possibly, and I think I felt the fineness of that edge in my time, so to speak. Dare I say I'm a genius, but then again, perhaps everyone has the capacity for genius. I think we probably do. And that's really what we're chasing as artists. We're chasing genius, really. Chasing greatness, trying to create masterpieces. And mastering something or other, be it painting, sculpture, writing, the art of stand-up comedy, which I also do, mathematics or physics, philosophy. These things that we preoccupy ourselves with. Try to become masters of them and leave something behind for generations of people to follow us, take up our work, build upon it, or show something that's true for all time, hopefully, and make a valuable, and give something valuable back to the world, something of great value to enhance understanding for future generations, or just to take the piss out of stuff like I do on the comedy stage, or to leave great literature like I tried to do in my writing. Stuff that's amusing, hopefully, and people enjoy. So, yeah, that's why I do. I love my life. I love it. I'm so glad that I lived this one. So glad that I've done the things that I've done. I've lived the life that I live. And I think I can be sincere in saying that, which is a great gift to oneself, I think, to be able to be sincere in saying that sort of thing. Thank you for watching. I think I've said what I want to say. Goodbye.